Welcome, friends. I never do a long format video, so there we go. So many of you I met in real life, baby Haley, and maybe I'll get to see this. Thanks for stopping, checking out my art. This was on Succession HBO. What I love about this one, it was in Harper's Bazaar, which is crazy. It's hard to get noticed, especially if you have no agent, no manager. I'll just do everything on my own. This is a set piece, so this is a print of the original blown up for the show. They were really great to work with. I mean, not everyone you work with is great, but they were really nice and kind. They renewed the contract every season, so I was paid. I appreciate that information from them. And if you're an artist showing your work on TV, make sure you only sign for one time, like one at a time, and make it renewable every season so you get the contributions to yourself. Here's a painting I just sold that I got to ship out. It's a big painting. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but you can see everything is made up of minute layers and levels. There's so much that go into them that it's a little hard on the internet to really show it. I was born in 1977 in New York City, and I was born on the day of the blackout, which is a whole video for itself, but the importance of that is, like, I started drawing, when I was like 4 or 5, I don't know, whatever age you start, and I was always going outside with my mom and drawing. Like, I did a lot of stuff based on being a kid in New York and sketching, you know what I'm saying? I was a kid who liked to draw big pens, doodles, drawing all the time, and I would always carry my little notebook with me. Yeah, because New York City was hard to deal with. A lot of people don't realize the 80s are glorified because you have artists that were rich, blowing up, having big gallery shows, and it looks like amazing. But if you grew up and you were born in New York in that time period and you didn't come for money, it wasn't great. It was hard. And every neighborhood had a code to it. If you're from a neighborhood and you're walking over, just say 20 blocks, 10 blocks, 3 blocks, yo, what neighborhood you from, son? And you'd be in a fight. So it was very difficult and very dangerous. The crack era, the violence, we don't want to get into that, but a lot of my art comes from surviving that time and also looking at the buildings, the nature, the great differences in people is one of the greatest parts of New York. So I just like a sponge. You look at a little sponge right here. When you're a sponge and you're developing, it's your key times. I always say this to people, like, a lot of artists we love, and we say that, we think of them as New York artists, but they're not born here. I think it really is important to be born here because it's your developmental time. And you can see that in the work. There's no way you can't. And I think it's something to really think about when you're looking at it. Because, your trauma, your memories, speaking of trauma, here's mama and daddy. All of that is what makes you your person, how you process things, how you accept change. The city's always changing, everything's moving, and it's what made me me, what I'm saying? The constant graffiti everywhere, the stuff everywhere, the punk rockers, the hip hop movement, the clubs. I worked in a club when I was 16. It was my first job, managing a nightclub right in front of the ferry. That was crazy in itself. So much developmental time dealing with people. I even organized the security. Imagine 16, 17, 18, running security. Like, I don't even know how I did it. I don't know. But you could see it in the art. I just want to say, and I think that's what makes it so unique and needs to be talked about more. Hoping some more institutions could get behind that, because we all love New York, but sometimes we forget about the people from the city. And I think coming to the city is awesome. Moving here, everyone is part of New York. But I think the people from the city that develop here have a lot to say about the history and the time and the work. These are newer ones made at Washington Square Park. I do a lot of live art at Washington Square Park to commemorate my mom and to commemorate the punk roots of the New York City scene. And these are all done live. I work live, where there's nothing hidden from anyone. You can just creep up on me and watch me doing them. And I think that's the best part. They're all taken from little bits and pieces of movement, change, sound. My disturbed brain. Maybe your disturbed brain. And then we got crazy pictures. This was done at the Natural Museum of History. My friend is the director of the planetarium. Baby aliens. So this was done during like a conference there that he had. And I'll just show a couple more, but I'm glad I was able to do this video today. And I'm glad I'm able to talk long. You know, the hardest part, these YouTubes that go over a minute, talk. I think a lot of people don't realize it's like not necessarily in the artist's best interest to talk so much, you know what I'm saying? We gotta give it up for any artists that expose their work and really try to give us a conversation, because it's hard. For years I didn't want to speak. So I look at myself now and I say, wow, what a change. And I'm thankful for all of y'all. Michael Allen Alien on all platforms. I love you. Keep on rocking. Keep on being your best. And never give up, because life is about living. Raindrop.